Hello boys and girls, I'm hoping that you're having a beautiful day. Here is my impromptu Battersea Power Station review. Basically, should you give a fuck about it or not? Oh, well that's great. Off to a brilliant start. Can't seem to get the whole building in the bloody picture. Not gonna lie, this is something they should have thought about when they built this building back in the fucking 18th century. I mean, how could the constructors of the Battersea Power Station not foreseen this? That narcissistic pricks like me and other vloggers are gonna be filming in front of this beautiful building, and that we need our pictures to be perfect because we need money. We need better viewing shit of our videos. Anyway, enough of my terribly propositioned jokes that seem to offend everybody. Let's move into this vlog. The brand new redesigned Battersea Power Station. Woo! Alright, first matter of business. The shops. Right, if you are like me and you are in your first job in London or, a broke university student, how do I put this lightly? There's nothing here for you, except for maybe some coffee shops. I mean, most of the shops are sort of upper end designer outlets such as Mulberry, Tudor watches, Omega, Rolex, Gant, Reese, Breitling, stuff like that. Well shit, this is about the only place I can afford. Jeez, or so I thought. Who knew Starbucks were charging £3.50 for a large Americano? That is extortionate. I mean, I guess tap water's free, right? Maybe. Fuck. I mean, to be fair, there are some other shops out there like Calvin Klein, Mango, and there's a massive Zara. That's probably the highlight in terms of more affordable. Oh, and if you're also a foodie like me, there is a seriously dope Asian supermarket. Right, let's do my completely objective and 100% truthful review of Battersea Power Station's design. Okay, so I won't lie, the Battersea Power Station really does stand out as an architect's dream. And if you're someone who is really into architecture, or some would say perversely aroused by architecture, then yeah, you're gonna want to visit this place. It is very, very cool. There's tons of sick features like cogs and shit. So yeah, let's look at the inside. Alright, so that was Pret, and that is the highlight of the inside, because that was the only place I could afford to have a coffee. No, I'm just kidding. The real gem of the inside of the Battersea Power Station is called Control Room B. Now this is cool because not only is it a cocktail bar that runs until 2 AM on the weekends, but it also has sort of the old 1950s style power station backdrop, which is really, really cool. So there's switchboards and control desks and synchroscopes, whatever the fuck those are. I'm just reading it off of the description here on the website. But yeah, that's pretty dope. Now, in terms of restaurants and the surrounding areas for Battersea Power Station, you do actually have a pretty decent choice of basic white girl restaurants, Megan's, pretty sure there's an Ivy nearby. Now, for those of you brave enough to venture outside of these English delicacies, there are other restaurants out there from other countries. So there's lots of different Asian eateries, so there's sushi restaurants, there's a Sticks and Sushi, there's far cheaper options as well. But yeah, so there's some Mexican restaurants nearby, and also there's actually loads of pretty nice pubs. I end up having ramen on the day, not that you give a shit. So yeah, if you feel like venturing outside of your usual packed lunch, there are other options. Okay, so in this wonderful review, I have discussed and reviewed the design of Battersea Power Station, the shops, the surrounding areas, and the type of restaurants. I mean, I feel like I've already given you the world, but what else could I add in just to make this review a little bit better? Ah yeah, the dating aspect. Is this a good place to take a first date? I would say yes. I'd probably give it a 6.5 out of 10 for a good place to take someone on a date. Based off on pros, it's got a good choice of basic white girl restaurants. No, it's got a good choice of restaurants. It's also a nice place to go for a walk. There's some really pretty sunsets. Here is the evidence of that pretty sunset, taken by yours truly. And of course, this being quite an affluent area, there are tons of cute doggos walking around, which just makes every day or any activity better. Cons, I would quickly say it's an affluent area, it's expensive restaurant, so yeah, not much else needs to be said on that. Make sure it's a first date, so they're not expecting you to buy them the whole bloody power station and all of its contents inside of those designer shops. And if they are expecting that on a first date, you already know what to do, boys. Leave them behind. Alright, I think I will leave my Battersea Power Station review there, because for once in my life, I'm actually sick of listening to my own voice. Peace! Oh, by the way, these are also two completely different, but both fantastic reasons to visit Battersea Power Station.